So when I say what's wrong with you, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, ma'am. I was drunk and had a blackout.
Court is calling 2023 CR 11323, State of Texas versus Louis Guerra III. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
Gary Chirac for the defendant.
Are you Mr. Guerra?
Ma'am.
You're going to need to keep your voice up.
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
We have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Guerra, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision or Deferred Adjudication. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Guerra, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of robbery? That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
He is, Your Honor.
Mr. Guerra, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
How the hell did I end up in Canada?
Court would find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, $2,500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication.
You're an American. Where's your passport?
I don't have one.
There's to be restitution to MY Melrose Store at 4805 West Commerce Street, San Antonio, Texas, 78237. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, ma'am.
State.
It is, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There are none, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is asking that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 7 years.
You couldn't even get the Olympic torch to fucking light right.
There be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours of community service restitution, no contact with Jessica
No snow at the Winter Olympics?
Mexicano, Mexicano, Yvette Guerrero, and My Melrose. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
To the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Content.
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State Exhibit Number 1 with all of its attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
You may continue to confer.
Thank you.
Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, There'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Yes, sir. No, Your Honor. Oh, yes, Your Honor.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor. We'll waive PSI.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, we just ask that the court consider probating part or all of the fine.
All right, what's wrong with you?
I'm blind from one eye. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm blind from my right eye.
He's
No.
blind.
I mean, you say you're blind in one of your eyes?
Yes.
I'm talking about you going into a store, taking items, and then when the person says you need to pay for those or either put the items down, you tell them, F this, I'm taking these items. That's what I would mean when I say what's wrong with you. Because even though you're blind in one eye, you were still able to go into a location and take clothing and take items that don't belong to you. And then you get to the car and they still telling you put the items back and you're like, no. So when I say what's wrong with you, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, ma'am. I was drunk. I was all drunk and had a blackout. So I remember going to the store, but I don't remember saying anything to people.
So when I say what's wrong with you, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, ma'am. I was drunk. I was all drunk and had a blackout. So I remember going to the store, but I don't remember saying anything to people.
All right. I don't know if that's believable or
Yeah,
not.
he was highly intoxicated. If you'll read the police report, he was passed out in the house when the cops showed up.
All right. This is what the court going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 7 years deferred adjudication. There's a $2,500 fine that will be probated. What is the court cost in this case, please? There's to be restitution and no contact with My Melrose store, and that's My Melrose store. No contact with Jessica. In the police report, it says Mexican, but I'm going to say no contact with Jessica Mexican and also Jessica Mexicano. Yvette Guerrero. There's to be a referral to felony drug court while in custody. There's to be a TAP evaluation in custody. Follow all recommendations of TAP. If TAP recommends inpatient treatment, then he's going to need inpatient treatments, because if you're blacking out from drinking, that's very serious. All right, the court costs in this case are $310. Will you be able to pay those in installments?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, there's going to be proof of employment within 45 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. And probation for him, he's going to need a scram monitor or something.
I paid my dues.
Well, then why do you have to wear a fucking ankle bracelet?
It's only for another 6 months until...
So we'll do scram for half the term. Field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. And then at probation's discretion. And probation, of course, if he's accepted into felony drug court, you all won't have to do the field visits. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution, 90 sober meetings, and 90 days. And there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors.
Got any money? What? Cigarettes.
No, I don't have anything.
Think you get close enough to those bars for a reach around hand job?
Do you have any children?
I have one son, Your Honor, but he's already,
An adult?
yes, ma'am.
All right. So these conditions that I'm giving you are to help you, because otherwise you're going to destroy your liver, you're going to destroy your kidneys, and then you're going to be potentially be on somebody's waiting list for a donor. You don't want that to happen. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. They're going to give you all the help that you need. Whether you take advantage of that or not is completely up to you. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If there's something you feel as though probation is not addressing with you, just come back to court and we'll see what's going on and we'll address it. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes.
Subscribe! Anika, as your kids, as your wife, and as your husband.
Either way, she's here to stay. Call up only